Hey folks, welcome back to Ontario, California. Jason and Chris up here in the booth getting ready for our amateur race final. Big thanks to Motor Trend for hosting all this live Endurocross racing on their YouTube channel. And now it's kind of interesting that we have the future of Endurocross out there with our amateur classes. We just saw some blasts from the past with Ryan Hughes and the early days of this. The sport has really evolved quite a bit. Now there are specialists in Endurocross. Back in those days, no one knew what to expect.
Yeah, it's progressed to an amazing level, and just seeing these riders out there at the level they're at, so much technique, so much speed, so much aggression. It's like Supercross with rocks.
Yeah, and now they are specialists in that. Riders train for it. I remember the first couple of years that they raced Endurocross, the main thing was that no one had a practice track, and the amount of practice laps you got at the event were very, very slim. So no one really knew how to practice technique and get in shape for it. Now I bet you even the riders in this amateur main event coming up have probably had a shot on an Endurocross practice track at some point.
Oh, there are some rippers. And let's talk about number 403, Justin Morgan, Sacramento winner. He's coming in with some momentum because he took the victory at the last round. And he's got a headlight out there, too. I love that.
Yeah. Blinded by the light, and it is a double row main event. We got some riders squashed in back there. The problem with the headlight is it makes it impossible for us to tell what the number is on the motorcycle until we see the side plate. So it's our amateur main event. It'll be another 4-lapper just like our vet and trials cross races were. And revs are up, and the gate is down.
And that start's so important, as we saw. Maybe the headlight taking the victory. That could be it.
Absolutely, yeah, he's going to have the spotlight on himself. Everyone else piling up on that rock garden. So we're underway. Hey, the headlight really coming in handy as we go through that tunnel back there. Pays off.
Yeah, I believe that's Ian Young. Not sure because we're blinded by the light, obviously. Yes. But just coming out and controlling the first turn is super important in the amateur class. You will see a lot of mistakes. These guys are excited. They haven't ridden since this afternoon. So a little bit of tension, a little bit of nerves coming into it. That makes it difficult when you're running such a short race.
Yeah, these guys have been waiting on the sidelines for quite some time, and our leader goes down, and that's going to open up for the 158 of Tucker LaRue out of Portola, California. The Portola All-Star, 16 years old, now in the lead. And the red flag is out. The other riders are down.
Red flag indicates a crash that they need to stop and kind of untangle things. Yeah, restart the race. We see that from time to time in Endurocross. Doesn't necessarily mean somebody's hurt, but it could mean that there's somebody they need to attend to.
So this is a precautionary safety measure. Hopefully it doesn't, like you said, mean that someone's down. Let's try to figure out what happened here to our leader as he was headed into the firewood.
Came in hot. We've seen this time and time again, just getting squirrely, and the firewood just skates out from underneath the tire. It's hard to control it. And, you know, it's really hard to look cool going through the firewood. You just got to get through it safely.
Yeah, save the style points for elsewhere. Looks like our rider is up and okay. 6:49 Harrison Oswald, California native. And got some dirt on the shoulder, but otherwise looks shaken but not stirred. So good to see that he's back up and okay. We can get this race going again.
Too bad to see Harrison on the ground. You know, he's been a contender in the amateur class before. He's likely not going to line up. He's looking a little bit sore, but I give the promoters props. I think that's the right thing to do, is safely get the race back out on track, and you know, it gives everybody a second chance. We saw Ian Young with the headlight there, number 5, going down in the firewood section. He's stoked. This is a redo.
Yeah, he's got every opportunity. We're going to do the full restart. We'll give every single lap that these riders were expecting to have. We'll do them all again. Yeah, that is a number 5. Ignore the 3 on there. There he is, giving us the high sign. That is that the full-on electrical tape number 5? That's how you do it.
Yeah, this is the amateur class. Electrical tape is allowed, but he's not riding like an amateur. He's on that Colton Udall FMF Nicole racing bike and turn it off. Maybe he's saving some of his mojo for another hole shot.
Yeah, you don't want to drain the battery. You know, at times they actually ran a night race a couple years in Endurocross. Remember those days they turned the lights out in the arena and let the bike headlights do the work?
Yep, done that a few times for sure. And with the amateurs, I think it's fun watching these guys ride with the lights on, because there's a lot of sparks that fly for sure. And you have some of them know how to ride in front of the crowd. They can deal with the nerves. Other guys are just so excited to be out there, they'll pin it, and that's when the highlight reel comes in.
It has to be a huge X factor, that crowd thing. They might all be able to put in pretty good smooth laps on an Endurocross track, but not under these circumstances.
And to get to this main event is no joke in the amateur class. We saw Trials Cross winner Ty Colin. He didn't qualify. Same thing with Destry Abbott's son, Cooper Abbott. super solid rider, just didn't make the cut. So these guys had to go through qualifiers earlier in the day. We didn't show those, but right now the main event, this is it. You win, you get a trophy, you get to talk to us on the headset. That's not so bad, right?
Yeah. So we had riders out here as early as 9 in the morning to qualify for this, and here we are 12 hours later. They reached their main event again, and Ian Young has put the headlight back on. Much appreciated. We'll see, though, if he can replicate the start that he had. He was leading that one until he went down. So here's his chance at comeuppance. Card is sideways. Revs are up, and once again, the gate is down. Bad start this time for Young. Major bar banging in turn 1. The 158 who was up front the first time around of Tucker LaRue is in the lead again.
David Broderick up there too, just on the 214 Kawasaki. He got a great start, and that's the tricky thing about a redo. If you get a bad start, red flag it, you might be able to get out and get a good jump.
And somehow Young has climbed up to the number 2 position, and they sure don't look like amateurs the way they're jumping into the water. Here's a replay of the start, just pure carnage.
Yeah, just so many guys coming into a tight little turn. There is carnage, but they stayed up pretty well.
Look how far back Young was with the headlight. Look how many riders he passes, including the takedown.
Just slammed his way in there. Young, 19 years of age from San Clemente, California. And he's in a good spot right now, second place, but I don't think he's content with that. I think he wants to be leading.
Judging by the way he made that pass for second, I would agree with you on that one. Not feeling the footsteps, seeing the searchlights upon you will be our leader, Tucker LaRue. Another rider pulling off of the side of the course. Noah Keppel is third. You see him right behind Young. That's Justin Morgan fourth, and David Broderick rounding out the top 5. We'll see if Young and Keppel here can close the gap on your leader, Tucker LaRue.
And quick Noah Keppel story. I raced the last dog standing event in Glen Helen. We were in one of the nastiest waterfall sections. That kid was next to me, and he was grinning ear to ear. He loves the nasty stuff. Endurocross is his thing, and right now he's riding smooth, getting around Ian Young for that second place.
Yeah. Now he's got the searchlight behind him. So he will see if he can go after LaRue, who has pulled off a big lead early in this one, halfway through. Wait, that is LaRue stuck on the mountain. Manages to get going right in front of the second place rider, Keppel. So we have got a battle shaping up.
You see the yellow flag too, if you're joining us on Motor Trend, maybe not familiar with motocross. A yellow flag indicates a crash, a rider down up ahead. And for LaRue, that's tough because he wants a clean track, and frankly, he doesn't get it with Keppel in the lead right now.
Unbelievable. So Keppel takes the lead as LaRue got stuck in the matrix, that log section. LaRue's got to try to mount a comeback here. He's got a lap rider pushing him out of the line that he wants. I believe that's Kevin Murphy on the number 20. And you still have Ian Young in third in the hunt, but Keppel has gone from third to second to now first. And time is running out for everyone else.
Keppel's in a great position right now. If he can just stay up and not get tied up. But there again, you got some lappers.
Traffic.
You can lose the lead that quickly.
And LaRue has gotten stuck. Here's the chance that Ian Young was looking for, and he goes down. All 3 riders are hung up in the same place at the same time, and LaRue is able to get moving first. And back into the lead.
That is the crazy thing about that rock section. It is so unpredictable, Jason. You can come in there, lose the lead, gain it back, lose it, gain it back, and then still come out first.
Feet out the pegs and nearly down is LaRue. Young and Keppel are challenging all 3 riders into the tires and into the water at the same time.
3 wide, final lap, amateur class. And these guys are tired too, but they're still throwing elbows.
Absolutely. Young just ran it in on Keppel. Tucker LaRue, who led the majority of this race, I thought his day was done. I thought he was going to go down in the logs. Somehow he keeps it upright, and he's 2 turns away from victory.
Keppel trying so hard to get that second place. It's just a battle to the end, and he still has a chance if Young makes a mistake.
Oh, and Keppel had the lead in the last lap. It's gonna go to LaRue, and you see the disappointment in Keppel. Young was also right there. All 3 of them had a shot at this one in the last lap.
Yeah, hats off to all 3 riders. The winner of that race earned it. Let's check out a great moment, one of the good replays.
Absolutely, didn't get much more exciting than this. This is what Endurocross made its name by. All 3 riders battling for the lead. First, you have Keppel stuck on your left. Then you have LaRue stuck on the right. Young's going to try to go through the middle. He runs into a lap rider and
Young goes down right in front of Keppel too. So all 3 riders just fighting with each other, trying to get up there.
And here is LaRue. He's going to get back on the bike and get back on the gas on the 37, and that's enough to put him into the number 1 spot. this is going to be fun. How much action can you have in one 4-lap race?
That was incredible. Tucker did what he had to do, but he looks gassed right now.
Oh, I bet. Just fighting the bike. Forget about worrying about breathing at that point. Hey, Tucker LaRue, you got Jason Wygant and Chris Dennison up here for our live webcast on MotorTrend.com. That was an awesome last lap.
Thank you.
How did you pull that off, man? All three of you were stuck on those logs and those rocks at the same time.
I have no clue. Like, for me, I come from an off-road background, so I just jumped off the bike and started pushing.
Yeah, it's not about being pretty at that point, right? Just go for it.
No, just go for it. As long as you win.
Tucker, that was an incredible push, and you rode a great race. Who do you want to thank for helping you get to the top of the podium tonight?
Climb, TM Racing USA, Pete Vetrano, AME, Spy, Jet. Definitely Climb for everything they've done. Chirby's, full bore tires.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I will give you $1 if you kiss that girl next to you right on the lips. Go.
Oh, no. I have a girlfriend.
Okay, good
Not
man.
worth $1. Not worth $1.
Yeah. Well, you did well tonight. Go drink a cold Monster and find a nice spot to watch the main event from, huh?
Thankfully, I made it. I just turned 16.
Oh, sweet 16.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations, Tucker. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was awesome racing. We hope the pros can live up to what the amateurs just put forth. We'll be back with more of them when we are done. We're going to take a little break here, reset the course, and be back with some hot laps. So stay with us here and Geico Endurocross from Ontario, California.